So I did a video a while back ranking each of the Pokemon professors from the Pokemon anime, so I also wanted to do a video ranking each of the Pokemon champions. We've obviously seen all of the champions in the anime, and they each had their own unique personality, and I enjoyed most of them. Characters that are champions in the games and not in the anime, like Iris, I won't be including because they weren't champions in the anime. Also, I'm not going to include both the Orange Island champion, as he's not really a main champion, and I won't be including our boy Ash, as firstly he'd probably just take the top spot really easily, and secondly after he became champion in Alola it isn't really spoken about again as of yet. So is he really still the champion? Maybe he is, but I won't be including him on the list. But I hope you enjoy. Let me know who your favourite champions are from the anime. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Coming in last place, number 7 is WALLACE. WALLACE was a unique character when he debuted in the anime, as he didn't come into the show until the Diamond and Pearl series, but I really like that they did this. Bringing back an old character from the previous series region was a great move, and it made perfect sense. He hosts his own Pokemon contest called the WALLACE Cup, and of course Dawn wants to enter and win. His personality was as expected, flashy, cool and laid back. He was a showman, and his reputation was that he had been a top coordinator as well as the Hoenn champion. So this guy had quite the accomplishments, and he even met up with Ash and Dawn before the WALLACE Cup and gave them some nice tips. So overall a pretty solid character, but he's last on the list because he didn't get the full series to shine like most of the other champions did. He just got his own mini arc, so he can't really go any higher. Number 6 is Diantha. Diantha is probably my least favourite main series Pokemon champion in general, but I didn't want to put her lower than WALLACE as she's done a lot more than he did in his series. I do like her personality. She's a very kind-hearted champion, and she's also a movie star, which is a pretty cool spin on a champion, something we've never really seen before. We get glimpses into her life as a movie star and how she struggles to maintain keeping up appearances as both champion and movie star, similar to the games. I liked how Ash battled her a few times, but it was always interrupted, which was a shame. Ash probably would have lost, but it was also nice to see him battle her really early on in the series, just episode 28 of X and Y, which shows that they were dedicated to fleshing out some development for her. Overall she is a decent character, but I really struggle to find any standout moments that I always remember for her, and that's why she's one of the lowest. Coming in number 5 is ALDER. ALDER is a strange one. At first I really wasn't a fan of him or his personality, but he grew on me. I began to appreciate him just like Ash and Trip did, I guess. When they first met him he was falling asleep in the middle of battles, and he just didn't seem like he cared about training or about strength. He just wanted to chill and chat about Officer Jenny. But then ALDER shows his worth by stopping a rampaging Gigalith. This actually reminded me of when Ash met Bruno in the original series. He seemed like a bit of a fraud at first, but he did the exact same thing with an Onix and proved that he's capable of unlocking some deep strength and knowledge. This is the same with ALDER in his debut episode. I also grew to really like his quirky personality, always calling Ash Ashton and calling Trip Tristan. At first it was kind of annoying, but if you think about it, it's very different to all of the other champions, and that's something I really love. Uniqueness in characters that have the same title is great, otherwise all of these characters on the list would just be the same. But overall ALDER was a good character. He didn't light the world on fire with his appearances, but he made a nice impact on Ash and Trip. Taking the 4th spot is Steven Stone. This pains me to not have Steven Stone at the number 1 spot because I absolutely love this guy, mainly from the games. He's my favourite champion of all time if we were talking strictly about the games. I have a few issues with how the anime handled him, and probably the same issues other people have as well. So we first saw him in the Advanced series on Duford Island, just like in the games, where Ash and the gang encounter him in Granite Cave searching for some old fossils. I love his character in this episode. It's exactly like Steven should be. He's strong and he brings out his powerful Aggron right at the end, and it was just awesome seeing him here. It made me so excited for what was to come in this series, but then he just never appears again in the Hoenn series. Something the Hoenn series does really badly in returning characters and of course rivals. They were never constant with these things, and it's a shame because it would have made the series perfect. Honestly it could have been up there with X and Y, Sun and Moon and Diamond and Pearl as one of the best if it just nailed these aspects. And Steven Stone not coming back was one of these things. But Steven himself is a good character. I just wish we saw him again in Hoenn. But we do see him again in the X and Y series, and this honestly was pretty great seeing him return again with a shiny Mega Metagross. One of my favourite Pokemon and one of my favourite shinies. It was pretty perfect, but it felt inconsistent to the Steven we'd already seen in Hoenn. He didn't really remember Ash, he felt like a different person, and that was a problem. Other than that, he was just an epic character, and I can't wait to rewatch X and Y to see him in action again. Coming in number 3 is Leon, already at number 3 on the list, and he's barely appeared. Leon is epic in both the games and in the anime. He was just such a breath of fresh air in terms of champions. They just went full out with him, his clothes, his attitude, his cockiness about being undefeated. He is the real deal, and it felt like the first time Pokemon had ever done this by having a champion be so sure of himself and so confident and out there, telling everyone how he is the undefeated champion and how he's going to have a champion time. He's just awesome, and he brings all of this energy to the anime as well. I know we haven't seen that much of him just yet, but from what we have seen, I can already tell he's going to be a massive part of Pokemon Journeys. He's Ash's final goal after all, and the show has set up this final battle to be something that rivals Ash vs Kukui. Not that I think it will be better, but they have to go all out and try to top that battle, and Leon is the perfect follow-up from that battle. He'll push Ash to the limits, and seeing Ash defeat him and take his undefeated record away will be a great moment. But he's not just cocky, he loves to battle, he pushes people to give them all they've got, and he loves the Galar region. He's currently helping out in the Darkest Day arc, stopping the Pokemon rampaging around Galar. He's even sussed Chairman Roses up to no good. Overall, he's just a great character, and I'm so glad Pokemon Journeys decided to make him the focus, since the series isn't Galar focused, but it was a nice way to bring the Galar champion to be the final test. In the second spot is Lance. Everybody loves Lance, he's one of the OG champions, and the one that's appeared in the most regions actually. He's the only character on this list to appear in 3 different regions, which is really cool and really consistent storytelling. He first shows up in Johto, where Ash and the gang are trying to stop Team Rocket from using their evolution machine to evolve Magikarp into what would become the infamous Red Gyarados. And Lance is there helping out, similar to the games, and even manages to snag himself the Red Gyarados, which becomes an iconic Pokemon for him in the anime. And then he returns again in another team arc during the Magma and Aqua arc in the Hoenn series. This was so cool having him show up, so it was unexpected and it made a lot of sense, seeing as he was a member of the Pokemon G-Men and was known for helping out in these type of situations. It also made these episodes so much better, as the Aqua and Magma arc didn't really have much going for it on its own, and then Pokemon Journeys comes around, and just 12 episodes in, Lance returns with his Red Gyarados to take on Leon. This was epic. This was the moment for me that I felt Journeys could do some amazing stuff for old characters. Since then we've obviously seen Karina and the Alola gang, but seeing Lance was just perfect. He's just an awesome character, and he's always has a massive impact whenever he shows up in an episode. But coming in first place is Cynthia. The first spot is probably obvious for most people, but I couldn't have it any other way. Cynthia was such a fantastic character in the Diamond and Pearl series. They really nailed her and the Elite Four and Champion aspect. Showing all 4 of them and Cynthia on multiple occasions, they really set them up as this force to be reckoned with, and it felt like they were setting something bigger up, with Cynthia mentioning the Champion League a few times, and I wouldn't be surprised if she came back for the Pokemon World Championships and took Ash on in the Masterclass. It would be amazing, and to have her return all these years later and pay off a few things that she said back then would just make Pokemon Journeys even better, and make her character even better as well. She played a big role for Ash and Paul's rivalry as well. She kinda nurtured Ash and even taught Paul a few lessons, especially when she wiped the floor with him in that battle. She also returned in Black and White, which was cool, and the arc that she appeared in was one of the standouts in Black and White. Overall, Cynthia is just an incredible champion in the anime. I think probably people's favourites from the game as well. She's just a total badass and a powerhouse, and I would love to see her return. So that was my ranking of the Pokemon champions from the anime. Let me know your list, who is your favourite champion. Also let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you want to see similar videos like this in the future, please let me know. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.